Approved Home Pros, connecting you to today's trends, easy upgrades, and the tips, advice, and answers you need for your home, featuring trusted local experts and San Diego's best home pros, guaranteed. Now, Approved Home Pros.
Welcome to Approved Home Pros, San Diego's resource for everything home improvement. I'm Jordan Frazier.
And I'm Sean Johnson.
Sean, I'm really excited today. We are announcing the color of the year.
My guess, plaid. Polka dot.
I would love someone to invent a polka dot paint, but that's a whole nother segment we'll have to get into with Debbie from Infinity Painters. But announcing the color of the year, so stick around for that. You're talking about solar on unpermitted add-ons, which is kind of scary to me a little bit.
Yeah, there's a lot of things we're going to talk about with permits and ways to protect yourself, because there's some real danger you put yourself in with unpermitted additions or changes to your home. And those are just some of the things we're going to talk about. And I don't think people at home may know if they haven't used Approved Home Pros, but anything you're going to do for your home, any repair, service, upgrade, if you go on to ApprovedHomePros.com, you can find the companies we've screened and vetted. It's a totally free service.
Absolutely, and I feel like we have to be that overt sometimes, because we want you at home to be safe when you're doing home improvements or doing any kind of home repair or service. So it's important that you can always rely on us here at Approved Home Pros. But right now, it's time to check in with former police officer Richard Mates for this week's home security tip.
Hi, this is Richard Mates from Night Security, and this is Safe at Home, some insights into protecting you and your family while you're at home. And a question I get almost on a daily basis is video cameras. Are they a good deterrent to burglary? Do they help? And absolutely they do. They're a deterrent to a burglar who might be approaching your home, and they give you some insights into what may be happening at your house. What time of day did your housekeeper arrive? Did your kids get home on time and are doing what they're supposed to be doing? Is the gardener getting the area on the side of the home? So a lot of things you might not think about can be done. And you can actually use your smartphone to actually call up cameras and see right from your office at any time what's going on with your cameras. So they can be tremendous. And if you have any questions on video or any other topic, please let me know at 619-797-6603. I'd be happy to answer your questions. Thank you.
Deciding on a paint color for your home can be the biggest obstacle to overcome when it comes to painting. So today, Debbie Carino from Infinity Painters is here with the color trends that we need to look out for in 2020. Thanks for coming in today.
Thanks as always.
This is exciting because the color of the year is kind of a big deal, and we have to figure out how to implement it. So let's start with color of the year, because it's really the biggest of what we're talking about for color trends.
Yes, it is. And most paint manufacturers identify a color of the year. There's lots of different ways they come up with it, but it all follows the same process. So for example, Sherwin-Williams sends their color consultants all over the world, and they watch how people interact and live with color. And as they do that, they realize we're coming up on a new decade. 2020 is a big year. People are focused on their wellness of the mind, of the body. They're realizing that it's important to them instinctively to live within nature and bring that color into their home. So they developed a color mix forecast, and out of that comes the color of the year. It was just announced that it will be naval blue. It's a very dark blue, reminiscent of seas or midnight skies.
Which are supposed to have calming effects.
Exactly.
Blues in the cool tones of the color families. And
exactly.
That really ties into the health and wellness, mindfulness,
yes.
Well-being that it sounds like they were finding when they traveled around the world. What a fun job, too.
I know. Wouldn't you love that job?
Yeah. Maybe next year we go and we do some research. So we have cool tones and warm tones. Naval blue, of course, in the cooler tones, but it's really more of a neutral. Talk to me about that.
So Sherwin-Williams says it's actually the new neutral. And what we're seeing is, in the past, we've had some kind of very bold colors. And we still are seeing that. People are moving into the Art Deco colors, but people are focused more on whites and grays. We still see beige, but it's mostly whites and grays, kind of industrial. But what they're doing to put their own color effect and their own story into their homes is these splashes of color. So you see the Art Deco, or maybe the color of the year now.
Of course, you can use the color of the year to implement as one of your whites or grays.
Exactly.
To kind of take the place of those neutrals, which is great. How do you recommend, like you said, in years past, we've had some of them have been really bright colors to be the color of the year. Going with that timeless look versus some of those more trendy colors that come in as color of the year. How do you recommend we play with that?
No, that's a great question, and I love that people are focused on those whites and grays, because those are timeless, and we're going to see those on bodies of homes, primarily in the walls. But again, bring that splash of color, be brave, tell your story, and put it in those accent wall areas.
I say accent walls is a great space. Smaller walls, smaller rooms in the house.
Exactly.
Are great. Thank you so much, Debbie. Get more color guidance and the perfect paint job when you use Infinity Painters. Call them today at 619-369-3200 to get started.
Only Approved Home Pros gives you the expert advantage you need when navigating the world of home improvement. Our network is a team of the most trusted and highly respected local home improvement experts. Expert reviews, advice, and answers have given thousands of homeowners like you the confidence that comes from having a team of professionals behind you. Like a friend in the business, we're here to protect your home and family by making it easy to find and connect with San Diego's best pros at ApprovedHomePros.com.
If you love the look of stone, how do you choose between the different types of natural stone or manufactured stone? There are so many choices available. So today I've come to the experts at Thompson Building Materials here with Derek Pritchett, who's going to walk us through it, because Thompson, first of all, just has an incredible selection of everything under the sun when it comes to building materials.
There's quite a selection here, and oftentimes the consumer gets a little overwhelmed with the selection options that are available.
But thank goodness there's experts like you and your team who can help guide us to materials that are perfect for our needs. But today we want to dig into stone specifically.
Stone, how big is the area that you're going to be covering? Is it a fireplace? You want to go with a smaller format. If it's a larger wall, bigger area, maybe a larger format so it doesn't look as busy. So you're looking at whatever style, profile, it's going to best fit your space, and then color is important.
And some of that is just personal taste, of course.
Right.
But so much of it is considering the rest of the home, right?
Considering the rest of the home, the rest of the whole environment, that you're trying to design and create. And with natural stone, there's a misconception that people think that natural stone is twice as much money as manufactured stone. That's not necessarily true.
Really?
Right. Natural stone they come way down in price, and they're very competitive. But you can't control the color of natural stone. Some people want that control feature or functionality, which manufactured stone does provide. So there's no variant. It's going to be that every time, because
you know
it's
exactly
what it is. So it satisfies both needs. So if you want it very controlled and I can't deviate from this color palette, boom, manufactured stone is definitely the way to go. Natural stone could have some color variation in it, but it's a natural product and it's going to be that color.
And that's, you can come and actually pick out your specific palette and look at the different ones and see where you prefer the colors on one palette over the other, which is really kind of an exceptionally personal way to go about your remodel.
Absolutely, yeah, make it yours. And we have a great showroom here with a lot of product on display, allow you to experience the materials and touch and feel and get a sense of how they're going to be used in the space. We have everything from panels, individual stones, so the selection process is we're here to help.
Yes, that's the best part, is that you're never alone when it comes to the selection process. You want to come visit Thompson, just 5 miles outside of downtown. Let's throw out the address so everyone knows where to go.
6618 Federal Boulevard here in Lemon Grove.
Here in Lemon Grove. Come visit Thompson today. If you are looking to learn anything more about stone, the designers here at Thompson are ready to help.
It's time to Ask an Expert, where we answer everyday home improvement questions to help you better understand your home and the home improvement industry as a whole. Today I'm with Tyler from BVI Solar, and Greg Cantor, our resident expert, as always, from Murray Lampert Design Build Remodel. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us today to talk about permits and unpermitted projects and structures. Tyler, first to you, let's define what we're talking about. What's an unpermitted structure?
So an unpermitted structure or project is anything that was not built up to code, and meaning building code, electrical code, plumbing, and so on, or that never had a permit pulled or a permit closed out.
So in some way, shape, or form, it is not matching what the city or the government requires.
Exactly. You can call it illegal.
Okay. Greg, how widespread of an issue is this out there?
It's very widespread. In fact, in the last week, I've seen 4 homes that had work with no permits.
Wow.
Most of it knowingly without permits, but sometimes people buy homes and then they find out later that work was done without permits.
Okay, so if somebody has an unpermitted project or structure, what are some of the problems that can cause for them?
So it can really hinder their ability to do additional projects in the future, particularly if those projects are pulling a permit and trying to get that permit closed out properly through an inspection.
So let's say solar. If somebody's trying to go do a solar improvement, can it stop the solar improvement from happening?
Absolutely. We've run into situations where customers have put new structures on their property that might go into their neighbor's easement or setbacks, or where they've built something that's not up to code, run electrical to it, and then the inspector would come out and say, hey, that doesn't meet code, and that needs to either get torn down or brought up to spec in order to get your solar signed off.
Wow. And Greg, you said people that oftentimes know, but sometimes they don't if they bought a flipped home maybe.
Right, and most of the cities, City of San Diego County and the smaller cities, you can go online and actually type in the address and do a search for permits.
To make sure that the permit is there. But one thing I was going to recommend or ask, if somebody were to call Murray Lampert, if they're thinking about doing a remodel, will you help them and walk them through that process
We
to find
would
out?
definitely take their information and look up whatever we can online and do some research to see if they're good.
What about for solar? Would you do the same at BVI to make sure that the permits are in line for that home?
Absolutely. It's in our best interest. It's in the customer's best interest. So we'd be more than happy to do that.
Great service from both of you guys, because it's important to know about the permit status for your home. If you have questions for our experts or want to see more information on previous questions, or to find out how to get a hold of these guys to find out about permitting status with your home, go to ApprovedHomePros.com in the Ask an Expert section.
Hey guys, I'm taking you behind the scenes a little bit today. I'm here with Sean Johnson, our co-founder, of course, and my co-host for the show, in our actual offices where we're kind of hanging out. And I want to, Sean, let's let everyone behind the scenes and talk about what happens in our network that they don't see on camera.
Well, I think one of the big things they don't see on camera is, for example, our event that we just had recently, you came up with a devious assignment for everybody to do, which was they had to build bridges. And
specifically out of newspaper and duct tape.
Exactly. But it was to get them to work together, which they do anyway, but to really help forge those relationships in a stronger way. Because we're not just a network in name, it is pros, the best pros in the industry, working together to work better for the consumer.
Yes, exactly, and that's why we wanted to showcase that here with our Building Bridges event for one example, because everyone you see on our show actually knows each other off camera, and they refer jobs to one another because they know that it's trusted hands that they're going to pass you as the homeowner off to.
And also they know the other companies, what their skill set is so well and what their areas of expertise, so they can make the referral in a great way that's going to be really targeted to what your needs are and save you the hassle and trouble of having to find things yourself.
It saves you so much time and energy is my favorite thing. So we've got those events, and then if any of this sounds, if you're a pro out there, you can join.
Yeah, if you qualify.
If you qualify, you can try to join.
You can try to join. Yeah, we find it's probably maybe the top 10% of contractors that really could qualify to join a network. But if somebody out there really thinks that they could, we'd love to talk to you. We only accept 3 pros per category, and you have to pass a very thorough screening and vetting process.
Absolutely, because our screening and vetting is how we get our pros into the hands of those homeowners to make sure that they are the top pros in the industry, the best of the best, and they have been screened, vetted, we have checked their licenses, we have checked their online reputation, we've talked to the owners.
And most importantly, they have to be voted in unanimously by our existing membership, and that was really the gate that is the most important one.
Absolutely. So whatever it is that you need for your home, Approved Home Pros' entire network is standing behind you and ready to help.
This is Debbie Carino with Infinity Painters with your quick tip for today. Did you know that if you have high traffic areas such as kids' bedrooms or maybe even a high traffic hallway, you might want to consider satin sheen paint because it's more washable and more durable.
Do you hate carrying around keys? Cheryl Robertson and Eric Civil from Burger Hardware are here today to show off our options for keyless door locks. Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you for having us.
This is really kind of exciting. I personally hate carrying around keys. So Cheryl, why don't you tell me what's available in the market today?
Well, I personally hate carrying keys too. Girl clothes don't have good pockets.
No, they don't.
Yes. So we have 2 options for keyless entry, electronic version and mechanical version. So it'll suit anyone's needs.
And so we brought in 2 different options today. Eric, which one's your favorite?
Well, you can do a lot more with the electronic ones.
Okay, so tell me about this one then.
Yeah, so this one's the electronic one. You can do Wi-Fi, you can do things through your alarm system. You know, you can do all kinds of things. Keep track of when your kids are in and out, let your nannies in, let your cleaners in, all that kind of stuff.
So all that just works with an app. So this is
Right.
obviously kind of fancy. It lights up once you touch it, and then it's connected to Wi-Fi, works through the app.
Right. You can
Or Bluetooth.
just
Or
put
Bluetooth.
your code in, unlock the door, go right on in, and you're good to go. Or you can use your phone through Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, or through your alarm system as well. On
That is
certain
really
ones.
sleek, and I like the look of it. It blends in well with a lot of homes. Are there any drawbacks to this type of lock?
Yeah, you can't use this one out in full weather. Direct sunlight's just as bad as water, so that's when we try to go to the mechanical type, like this one right here. No batteries, never have to worry about them going bad or going bad because of weather issues. And you can do all kinds of different things with this as well. Thicker doors, gates now are getting thicker and thicker, more than your standard gate, standard door, excuse
door
me.
width, yeah.
So yeah, we're putting these on there. You can get up to 5 inches thick on the mechanical ones, and
That's incredible.
never have to worry about the batteries or the electronics going bad because of weather.
So definitely drawbacks and pros to each, because you
Yep.
want to be able to get the right one for your home. Cheryl, how do you, at Burger Hardware, how do you help people make the right choice? There are so many options.
Well, they'll come in, they'll tell us they're interested in mechanical or electronic keyless entry, and then we ask them the questions. Where is this going to be used? Who's going to be using it? Is it in weather? Things like that. And one of the great things about the MTech is that if the battery should die, there's a solution.
Yeah, there's two little tabs down here. You can go down to 7-Eleven or a convenience store and buy a 9-volt battery, push it up against there. It gives you enough power to get it open for one time so that you can get back into your house and change out the batteries once you're inside.
So you never have to worry about getting locked out. Switch to a keyless door lock today with help from Burger Hardware. Visit them in North Park or find them on ApprovedHomePros.com.
Be safe, be sure, be confident about the home improvement companies you work with the Approved Home Pros Guarantee. Only Approved Home Pros guarantees you will be satisfied with your home improvement, repair, or service, or we'll step in to help make it right. If you need help, our team of experts is behind you every step of the way when you use a pro in the Approved Home Pros network. Move forward with confidence knowing you're never in this alone. Find a pro today at ApprovedHomePros.com. It's guaranteed.
Well, I've lived in Golden Hill for over 3 years in this home that I bought, and I'm really excited today because we're actually doing a job at my house with Superior Window Solutions because I was experiencing some fading of my furniture and my wood floors, and really just kind of heat and cold was coming through my windows even though I had passed the point of already putting central air in. So I'm here with Virgil, the owner of Superior Window Solutions, and this is my solution. So kind of explain to me and share with the audience what it is that you've done here at my house.
Well, what we've done, we've identified the issues, and then we've selected a film to help overcome those issues and make it a more comfortable home to live in.
So how is this home going to help? Let's start with the fading of my furniture. Obviously, you can see behind me my couch is right next to the window. This giant window bakes in the sun all day long, which is really nice and comfortable. Dog loves to lounge in it. But I'm noticing that my couch is starting to fade. So how's it going to help with that?
Here in San Diego, we love our windows. That's why we live here. We have one great season. We've got a summer and then a little bit cooler summer. Well, we need to deal with those issues by way of putting high-performance window film treatments on your glass. With these treatments, we can take out 99% of UVA and UVB rays.
And those are the rays that do the fading?
The majority of the fading comes from UV. UV is 40% of your fading issue.
Wow.
Heat and the intense light is the other half. So by putting a film on, you can affect 90% of the fading. The other 10% you can't affect.
That's just wear and tear life.
Environment, things like that.
So let's address now the heat and cold. I walk past these windows. These are ancient windows. This house was built in 1905. And the original windows. So we're talking, you put your hand up to it. If it's a hot day, it's a hot window. If it's a cold day, it's a cold window.
Right, exactly. And the neat thing about film is, especially on historic homes, older houses, we can put a film on single pane old glass and make it perform better than double pane low-E windows.
Wow. So can you give me kind of a percentage? What factor of reduction am I going to look at?
For example, this film being very light and clean, we're taking out 99% of UV. This is also taking out about 52% of the heat. So we're cutting the heat in half, the glare in half, but without affecting your views.
No, not at all. And I'm loving that my air conditioning and my heat is going to be more efficient when I choose to use that. The third issue that I had with this window was that from the street, if you're walking by, you can actually see straight into the living room. So like you just said, it's a light tint, but it is giving me a little bit more privacy.
Once again, we want our glass, but that does cause you to live in a bit of a fishbowl. We can give you a little bit of daytime privacy with the window film treatment without losing your views.
So thank you so much. I can't wait to see how these window films are going to transform my everyday life. You can have these same benefits as well. Get started with Superior Window Solutions today, 619-500-9465, or you can find them at ApprovedHomePros.com.
With so many changes happening lately at SDG&E, it can be confusing to know how much you're paying and what rate structure you're under with your power. So that's why Tyler is here from BVI Solar to help answer these questions for us. So Tyler, what are the different options or different ways people might be paying for electricity today?
So most customers in San Diego County are under what's called time of use plans, or TOU. And that is where your electricity between 4 to 9 p.m. is actually a lot more expensive than the other parts of the day. And they might be aware of this through the commercials with the cute little Apple Watch that says reduce and save. And all that's really to say because it's really expensive during that time.
And I love that the solution really is, why don't you sit in a darkened room from 4 to 9, it's become a Neanderthal or a caveman for that period of time so you don't overspend.
Yeah, it's great marketing.
Great marketing. So if they're not under that, are there any other options people might be paying under right now?
Some customers might be grandfathered into a plan that doesn't have the standard time of use, but eventually they'll have to move. That's the plan for the utility, and that's where everyone's going to go to.
Now, how does solar factor into this?
So solar produces electricity during the day when the sun's out, and so part of why the time frame of 4 to 9 was chosen is because that is when solar tends to not produce electricity, the sun is down, but also that is when homeowners and consumers tend to use the most. You get home from work, you get home from school, you turn on the lights, you turn on the TV, you cook dinner, and most people wind down their night around 9 p.m. So that is through data showing us the peak time of use throughout the day.
So it makes sense that people are using more electricity then. It used to be that they were using it during the daytime when they were using air conditioning. It was one of the drivers. But the factor of solar and the amount of electricity it's producing has really changed some of those dynamics. Does it make sense for people to wait to go solar because of some of these changes with time of use? Because time of use is expensive, and if you're paying not under solar, it's costing a lot more for electricity today.
It definitely does cost more, but they absolutely should not wait. And the reason for that is because of this thing called net metering and NEM 2.0. So the utility has this protocol of net metering where it charges you 1 kilowatt hour for 1 kilowatt hour produced. However, they have the option to adjust that over time. Right now we're on what's called NEM 2.0, which means that solar is not as advantageous as it was during NEM 1.0.
But still advantageous.
It still is advantageous, but as people wait longer, it's going to get less and less advantageous. That, coupled with reducing tax credits, means that now is the time to go solar, and waiting is only going to lose you money.
Absolutely. It's been that way for a while, and it's getting more so. If you want a district utility company and get in control of your power, call BVI Solar today. If you need to get a solar quote, one of them you have to get from BVI Solar, you owe it to yourself.
High efficiency heating and cooling can lower your electric bills, but it's also very important to help the environment. Today I'm excited to learn more from Alex at Excel Air. Thanks so much for being with me today.
Thank you for having me.
This is something you're incredibly passionate about because you actually got into the high efficiency space 15, 20 years ago. Can you tell me why that was so important to you?
Well, we believe in our company and myself that saving the environment, it's one of the major impact that our company can do. And by increasing the efficiency of the system and working with the environmentally friendly refrigerant, that's going to help not only a company, it's going to help the community, it's going to help our children in the future to save this planet.
Well, and of course, it helps the homeowners' pocketbooks as well, which is probably my favorite thing about this is that what's good for the environment, what's good for your company, and what's good for me as a homeowner, they all line up in this area because high efficiency systems are actually less expensive to run. So what is it that I need to know about why they're also good for the environment but good for my home?
Jordan, and I believe that upfront investment is going to be a little bit more than if you're going to buy the standard efficiency system. But it's the high efficiency system is going to give you much better return on your investment. Usually it's going to pay it off within 5-6 years. You're going to see that return on your investment. Plus the high efficiency system, it have a much more features for make it comfortable in your house.
Yeah, all year long without breaking the bank to run it. Like you said, it
Absolutely.
pays back in 5 to 6 years, which is huge in comparison to what a standard system costs to run.
Absolutely, and it's working much smoother. So it's a much quieter system. And people love it because we can actually reprogram the system, and that's going to fit your the habits and your lifestyle in the house.
And I think it's so important that as a company, it's something that you're focusing on. There's also a special offer if it's time for you to upgrade your system to a high efficiency system. You guys right now, why don't we share it with everyone?
Well, we offer the Smart Nest Thermostat free with any system that we're installing.
Thanks so much, Alex. Get your high efficiency air conditioner from Excel today. Call them at 760-410-5633.
So we're out here at More Furniture today, and Jordan, you're like me, your house is just about filled with More Furniture.
I love when we get to come in the field together because More Furniture is really like our home away from home. I love when we get to come here because it's pieces I have at my house I like to see still in the showroom and recognize. My house is filled. I've got a couch, I've got some kitchen chairs, I got my whole patio set from More, which I can't believe over 3 years is still holding up absolutely beautifully.
Yeah, I have just about as much. My house is literally filled with More Furniture, from mattresses to the couch, everything pretty much is. And it's because of the people that are here, really. They have guided us and helped us along the way so much, and helped us, at least for me. I was about to make a mistake with the wrong fabric.
What were you going to buy?
I was going to buy a leather couch, and I didn't think about kids and dogs with their nails all over it. And now there's some leather that can hold up to that, but I got guided to the microfiber, and it cleans up perfect, and I had no problems with the kids or the dogs. It survived very, very well. After 8 years or so, I think I might need a new one, but it did exceptionally well. And
well, hey, good
the advice
news.
was
More
perfect.
Furniture has a lot of choices out here for you. So when we're talking about replacement couches, things do wear and tear over the years, and eventually it will be time to make a replacement. More is always updating their styles and their colors. Right now we're on a beautiful blue couch. It's been a while since I've seen this color in the showroom, and it's such a great choice.
Yeah, I used to think that More Furniture, before I came here, was going to be more of that overstuffed, comfy thing, which they have a lot of that. But I like contemporary design. I think you do too.
Yes, I do.
They have so many things that fit my needs. And actually, I got to confess, the couch doesn't really need to be redone because of wear and tear. It needs to be, I want a new one. It's about style.
That's mostly why I buy new things, is because I just want a new one. And my house is quite compact. I like to say it's compact instead of small. And More Furniture has been able to find me so many great solutions for what I need. My couch is a nice chaise lounge couch, but it has a pull-out bed with it too, so I'm able to have guest storage. And it's things that I wouldn't have thought was possible without that big, bulky pull-out couch look. You would never know this thing has a pull-out couch as a bed underneath it.
I think I was here when you picked that out. We were here to shoot, and what I loved is that you were guided to that piece because they were talking to you about the needs that you had and how you wanted to fill those needs. And it's been the same experience for people we've sent in that are friends, family, everybody that comes into More has that same experience. And then the price, everybody knows that More is about the lowest price you can possibly
Furniture
get.
for less, and it absolutely rings true. More is the best value in town. They have incredible delivery, which is a whole nother segment we could talk about. The process for delivery was so seamless.
Great people.
More great people, because the people in store are great, the people for delivery are great. Everything that you need for your home for furnishings, you want to come to More Furniture for Less. There are 4 locations around San Diego. Check them out today.
There are some amazing man-made tile materials available for your next home remodel. Bold or timeless, from subway tile to geometric shapes, the choices are nearly unlimited. Today I want to show you a few examples. Porcelain tile is used on floors and wall surfaces. The technology is great, so you can have a realistic wood or stone look without the cost or long-term maintenance. Ceramic subway tile is also very popular for kitchen backsplashes and shower walls. It's available in many colors and textures at reasonable prices. A little bit more expensive is glass tile, used for backsplashes and shower walls or as a decorative band with porcelain tile. Newer on the scene is cement tile. Cement tiles come in cool patterns, colors, geometric shapes, and even hand-painted. This type of material is used on floors, fireplaces, and sometimes highlight walls. Traditional or contemporary, man-made tile is a great option for any home remodeling project.
Thank you so much to all of our experts who came in today. The color of the year, you were a little bit off on your guess.
Yeah, I was wrong. It was neither plaid nor polka dot.
But exciting to learn that it's navel blue. I like that it's a really solid neutral, as Debbie's sharing with us. It's going to go with everything.
It goes with everything, and I already have several jackets in that color, so I'm a happy person.
Oh, you're ahead of the curve for 2020. Way to go, Sean.
Yeah, and I really liked the learning that we did today about permits and the permitting process, and the fact that both of our pros, BVI and Murray Lampert, volunteered to do the permitting research for somebody if they need to have that done for a remodel or for solar. And those are just some of the services we provide at ApprovedHomePros.com.
Absolutely, because it's actually possible that you at home might have an unpermitted add-on in your home that you don't even know about because you bought the home and you don't know about its history. And they can look that up for you online, which was awesome that they offered that service. But of course, all of our pros love to go above and beyond like that.
Yeah, they all do, because they're the best of the best, or they wouldn't be with Approved Home Pros. And that's why if you go on ApprovedHomePros.com, you're going to find the best of the best.
Absolutely, so search today on ApprovedHomePros.com.
Thank you for joining the Approved Home Pro Show. To connect with the show or find the very best home improvement companies in San Diego, log on to ApprovedHomePros.com or call 855-840-APRO. See you soon.